Yeah. No, Steve, I didn't, when I checked the brakes, because I messed with Steve. So to make sure after I've got some heating to it, I'm not breaking off. When the, no.
Yeah. Make it so.
Brothers, little brother used to complain about harsh braking on track days.
How do you work this? Just pull that or?
Pull the lever that way and then you can.
Cheers, mate. What have you done in the past?
What have I done in the past? What tracks?
Yeah.
Stowe, Kedal Park 3 times, Snetterton, Castle Combe.
Have you been here before?
No. I've been here twice as a passenger.
Yeah.
I was meant to be driving it last year, but my car decided that it was going to blow its engine up.
Fair enough. Now, I'd normally take that mirror, but if you're happy with it,
That's
fine by me. I'd normally take that mirror just so that I can find space for us, but if you're happy with it,
yeah, usually fine.
Right, so if I'm telling you to sort of take an apex and you're deciding to let a car through, then obviously just remember that, right? Cool. Basically, drive me a couple of laps and then I'll start this. It'll sound like I'm being negative, mate, but I'm
yeah, no, I've said to Nick before, when Nick's been in the car, I said, what do you want to achieve? Well, I want to improve.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of instructors I get in with, and from the minute you get in the car, they're telling you do this, do that, where I prefer if I see how you're driving and try and compliment you, as opposed to trying to change your driving style entirely.
Shuffle the wheel, move your right thumb down into the groove, that's it. That means you now start to unwind. There you go. You can put nice, smooth, silky smooth steering in if you do it that way. So again, when you turn in, don't cross your arms, that's it. Smoothly unwind. You want one of these cars bounced? Right. The other thing is you're tending to sort of turn 2 or 3 times when you're turning into a corner. Don't sort of go bang, 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 yeah? Just commit smoothly and progressively, so you're not adding lock there mid-corner. The suspension knows what you're asking.
You're not jerking it about.
You're not jerking it about, you got it, exactly. So nice and smooth, tuck it into the inside. Now start to unwind, out as far as the yellow cone. Now hold that lock, just hold that lock, change up, hold that lock. See how you come down low then, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to come down to the wall and then head and then see that white thing on the fence ahead of you. That's what you aim at, braking in a straight line. That's it, just once, and roll off the brakes as you turn in, balance. Twice, just smoothly and progressively. That's good. Get to the apex. Start to unwind. Start to unwind. That's it. So you're releasing the car out of the corner smoothly and progressively as quickly as you can. there, Aston.
Yeah.
That wasn't so much
Close to flowing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let it flow. Now be aware that if you run wide like now, onto that, on that wet stuff, it's greasy. There you go. So now inherently you're offline, because he's semi there. So just work with it. You know where that white panel is now. That's it. Brakes at it. In a straight line. Don't put any lock on when you're braking. You feel how the back was starting to get away from you. That's because you turned in with a bit of lock on. You want to stay there and they let it through. He's slow as shit, this guy. This guy needs instruction, but he's not taking any all day. Don't let it all go to pot now. Just work with him. You're going to take him on the exit, hopefully. Stay with him, and go. That's it. Okay, nice and smooth. Look at the red code. Get to it. That's it. Start to unwind and go. Perfect. Let it flow. I'm going to shut up for a lap. Let's just see if it works now. Keep it smooth. Let it flow. Gently. Joe, kid. Lap to the braking. Did you forget that corner was there?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sounds crazy.
We were doing 130 into panic at first. Okay, so on the brakes, but nice and progressively. Roll off the brakes when you come off. That's it. Balance, balance, balance. Start to unwind as you feed the power in. Attaboy. You can feel it inside, can't you? Yeah. So same deal here. On the brakes, it's heavy, right? That's it. Into the red cone. From there, you should be able to start releasing the car now. Going all the way out. That's it. Feel it. You're loading her up nice and smoothly. Turn in. Don't jiggle it. You did it again. Can you feel what you're doing with that
Yeah.
wheel? Before you turn, you go did.
Now thinking.
Yeah. Try and drum that out of me if you can. Just think what it does at each of the wheels. The car at that point doesn't know what you're asking for. And don't forget this corner again, will you? That's it. Gently. That's it. Keep on the dry stuff. That's it. Up to your right. Plan ahead. Start to unwind. Get out as far as the cone. That's it. Now hold that lock and you'll find that we tuck into the cone. So now if we were walking this by keeping low, you'd actually walk fewer paces than going up high. That's it. So you think of your steering nice and smooth. Look in. Good heel and toe. Wide as well, the gas. Look at that steering. Easy, you're adding gas while you're adding lock. If you've got lock on, you really can't be adding too
Don't
much
add
power.
power.
Yeah. So like now, for example, go turning, get to the airbags. Balance, start to unwind as you go. Think of that bit of string analogy I used this morning. So you got a bit of string attached to your right toe. And as you're adding the gas, it's pulling the steering wheel straight. That's it. Stuff. Gently, don't stand on his nose, just rub the brakes gently, then commit to the corner. Load up the left suspension. Just keep it loaded, nice and smooth. Start, feed the power in, go. And if I can pull that lock, stay low, stay up against the wall. You see the racing line, we'd stay low, we'd stay low, we'd stay low. Now we're doing at that point patch. So you're making the most of the gradient there. That's it. Unload the front gently. That's good. A little bit of gas. Start to feed the power in. There you go. Okay, same again up here at the head. Now when it dries out totally, you can turn in earlier. But for now, there's a nice dry patch on the outside. Get to that cone. Start to unwind, use all the road. That's it. The sooner you get that steering wheel straight,
Soon you put power on.
yeah, exactly. The more time you spend per lap. Go on, get it. The more time you spend per lap with the steering wheel straight, the quicker ultimately you'll be. So just rub the brakes gently and off. That's it. It's always best to get the braking done before you turn in. And again here, just rub them. Look to your right, that's where the corner goes. Look for the yellow cone, unwind. That's it, come on, build the speed up now. That's it, perfect. Good line, hold it down low. gas too early, look. Look what happened, you push wide mid-corner. You can't compromise. Those basic techniques are set in stone. And when it all kicks off, you want to be able to rely on those techniques as your solid base.
Yeah.
Okay, so the brakes gently. Now you just sort of go there.
Yeah.
What I would do is just as you're turning in, just gently rub the brakes. So don't be sort of a bird just once like that. Just rest on it.
Yeah.
It just slows you down and gives you a little bit of front end bite as you turn in. And then balance from that back onto a balanced throttle. Whereas at the paddock, obviously, you've got to nail the brakes quite hard. You do it with the steering wheel straight. Brake twice there. Try just to brake once. What does TFR stand for? Is it do they prepare that car or? That's it, into the cone, not too soon. Start to unwind. That's it. Go. Again, right up against the white line. Get to the apex. Look left. Turn. That's it. Pick up the gas. Unwind. Perfect. Yeah. Feel the difference. Okay, so here, keep on the gas, then just rub the brakes gently now as you turn. Keep it rubbed and off. That's a little bit too much. You don't need that much. Just enough to hold the front end down. That's it. To your right. Keep it balanced. A bit more gas. Start to unwind. Come out to the outside. You were perfect last time. Steering smooth and remember to be straight when you brake. Bit early there. That's it. Stay with it. Remember, he's an estate agent though. Look at your right hand. You were about to do the old taxi driver thing, weren't you? Try and get that quarter to 3 hand position. Again, ingrained in your head. Yeah. Can you see the difference?
Yeah. I'll try and use it as much as possible, but it's one of those things where you occasionally slip out.
Yeah, that's the thing. When it all starts kicking off and it's getting a bit sort of, the adrenaline's pumping a bit, that's what I'm saying about the technique. You need to have practiced it so much
Yeah.
that it becomes second nature. You want to do it in your road car when you're driving home. You want to do it, when you're down the shops. All the time, within reason. You wouldn't get out of a car park doing that, but you're still jiggling that wheel again, look. Your hands are moving the lever. By jiggling the wheel, you're just moving the tyres ever so slightly, and making them give up grip when there's potentially that little bit more grip to be had. So the smoother you steer it, the more grip you've got. Stroke it in, that's it, hold one curve. That's it, start to unwind progressively. Perfect. Yes. That's better. Hold it in. Hold it in. Now power on the exit. There you go. It's all about that exit speed. So again, look left before you turn in. The gas. That little bit of final bit of straightening up. Can you feel it?
Yeah, still flicking it.
Yeah, just if that's a clock face, you took the last 5 minutes off, bang, 61 bit,
Yeah.
and the car sort of goes wobbles around a bit. Again, it's only just fine tuning, everything else is fine, but it's all those little bits
Yeah.
that add up then to being the ultimate. As you're doing a heel and toe, try and avoid the modulation of the brake pressure on the brake pedal. As you're rocking your foot, you're tending just to
Yeah,
give
to
it a
let
little
off
bit
a little.
more, yeah. So, again, just something to watch out for in the rain. That might be more of an issue. Go in the step house, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you know you're coming in, don't turn off. Just keep your mind in that mindset.
Yeah.
It's really important. Any track time is important to it when you're coming in. So even though I don't know why he's offline, so
You have slower laps, you can you practice the lines a little better.
yeah, and
when
you can
you've got-
see now we can obviously come offline because we're this corner of the exit. But yeah, I mean, if there's a red flag, you often see people just bimbling around all over the place.
Yeah.
That when you're travelling that bit slower is such a good thing to do for a wrecking. You might be able to see the odd little bit of a old tarmac, grainier tarmac that in the wet will give you go immediately right. Oh, you've got a garage.
Yeah.
That odd little bit of grainier tarmac that you wouldn't see at speed, but you see it when you're slowing down on a
Yeah.
red lap, flag lap. You can clock it at slower speed and remember it for next time. Any time you spend on track, you need to keep your brain switched on and just be thinking, how can it be quicker? Where was I sort of slightly back on that lap? Where could I be better?
What the hell's going on here?
So, RX traffic jam. That was good. There's a few things we nibbled away at though there, yeah?
Cheers, Steve.
I hope we'd agree. Just remember, smoother is best.
Yeah. I've done a few and it's always in the back of my mind. But sometimes you just tend to do some strange shit.
I think we proved though, didn't we? I mean, you knew when it was right, didn't you? When you got that,
Yeah.
immediately the car started.
Well, the thing is, I've passengered for 2 years on the run when we've been down here. So I've got a rough idea of what lines to be taking, but it's then putting them into practice when you've got the wheel in your hand.
Talking a good game's easier. Doing it.
Exactly.
I like the way you forgot that corner though. That was mega. But, okay. And there I was saying, I'll shut up for this bit. Remember the corner. Did well, mate. You enjoyed
Cheers,
that?
mate, yeah.
I wasn't too negative, was I?
No, it's fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.